Oh, it looks so good. We did a good job, man.
Yeah, we did. Cool. It looks actually really good.
You guys remember Jonas, right? Let me give you a little bit of a refresh. Now you know. What are we gonna do today, Jonas?
Besides coffee, we're gonna take some photos of, I think we'll take a product photo of a bottle.
And if you guys don't remember, Jonas is one of probably the best product photographers that I follow on Instagram. When you look at his photos and realize that almost all of them are taken at home, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna try to recreate some of his magic in this video. What is the plan?
So we need to make the bottle be a bit more vivid and alive. And to do that, we're gonna light it probably from both sides to get a sense of depth.
All right.
And we're also going to try to light the bottle from the back to get the beer to look like it's glowing, because nobody wants to drink like dead beer, so we're gonna do that.
Okay, just hold on. What is dead beer?
It's a beer that's been shot.
Okay. What do you think about shooting the photo with this one, the Sony ZV-1?
It's that new small camera,
Yeah,
that vlogging camera.
with the flip. Can you flip it out?
It's like
Flip
awesome.
out. So this camera is an $800 camera basically, and is this good for product photos?
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be amazing, so we can use this.
We're also gonna use a Nanlite Pavatube 6C Mark II. We're only gonna use one, right?
I think so, yeah. We're gonna remove the back label from the bottle. And why are we going to do this? We're gonna do this because if you shine light through the bottle, this is going to stop the light. So we need the light to go through the bottle and light the beer so it's not dead, because nobody wants a beer that's been shot. So I'll start by scraping it off with this small knife.
Never did I actually think that that knife would come into use for something like this.
Did I take the back label? Because if I remove the front label, we have a problem, because this is the only beer we have.
Ooh. I think we got it right here. So when we're done with the beer bottle, what is the next step that we're gonna take?
We're not done with the beer bottle.
What?
You
I
having
thought
coffee?
we were done.
I would like this bottle to look a bit frosted. We want the beer to look cold,
Yeah.
and it's not cold now. To fake that, we're gonna use a spray that I have. It's a matte acrylic spray, I think it's from Edding. We'll spray this bottle with this spray and it's gonna look frosted. And it's also going to help the light that hits the sides of the bottle to be more spread out over the bottle. I'm gonna keep the bottle from getting fingerprints.
Prepping the whole bottle is super important when you're doing something like this, right?
Yeah, it is. And actually, if you want to do this for a commercial shoot, you have to really remove all the residue from the bottle. And when you buy the bottle, you have to find a bottle where the label is perfectly centered, because they're not in all the bottles that you buy. It would be preferable if you had some kind of like silk cloth.
I got it. See, cleaning stuff. Yeah.
Perfect. It's in much better condition than it was before.
You're saying that I have a bad beer bottle in my office.
Yeah.
Oj, oj, oj! Like if we hold it against light, you see, I touch the bottle. Dangerous.
And now we need to spray it. And I actually think that we have, it's hard to see in this light, but you can see if you actually...
Oh, yeah, it looks really good.
It's kind of done there.
Okay, so what's the next step?
We could actually do one more thing if we
Right.
want the bottle to look really cold. And we can do that by adding fake ice.
I don't have any fake eyes.
You don't have any fake eyes? Who doesn't have fake eyes
I
lying around?
I never do product photography like this.
We should be able to use something lying around here to make some
Like
fake
what?
eyes.
Like how do we make fake eyes?
I don't know. Do you have any
toilet
do you have any
paper?
diapers lying around?
You know what? I actually do have a diaper. Ta-da! You never know when you need a good diaper, right?
So this is great. Diaper has some kind of absorbing material in it, as we know, because it's supposed to absorb things from the babies.
Yeah.
It's gonna absorb the water and it's gonna create crystals, and those crystals look like fake ice. Oh, that was the outside. Look at that. So this is the inside of the diaper, and
right.
you can actually put water here. Like fake ice. This table is a bit used, so I actually have something that we can use as a surface for the bottle to make it look a bit more professional. Just a piece of black glass that I bought at a local glass shop. Now we'll place the bottle on the surface, and it has to be perfectly centered, but we'll do that when we are setting up the camera.
I'm actually really looking forward to seeing how this turns out, because this is something that I've never done myself, and I'm really eager to see the results. And being taught by a pro like Jonas is golden, so I hope that you guys like this video as well. What do you think? Do you think it will work?
It's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna work really good, I think.
Awesome. So when you're doing any kind of like product photography or taking any photos at all, what I recommend is that you try to get comfortable using the manual settings, such as the shutter, the aperture, and then like setting the correct ISO, because when you learn like those three things, you're gonna be really comfortable with using the exposure triangle and know exactly how you have to expose your shots to get the perfect look in your photos. And you can of course use the shutter priority or the aperture priority, but it's gonna be way easier for you to actually use those if you know what they do before you jump into using those modes.
The diapers actually has this small cloth fibers in it. You can see on the bottle that there are small cloth fibers. You wouldn't get that with real fake ice.
Time to turn everything off.
We have the possibility now to place this light in different positions to achieve different effects on the bottle, because if you move this forward, the rim of the bottle is going to be more on the front of the bottle, and if you move it back, it's going to light more of the rim or the side of the bottle.
We're also going to shoot this in manual focus, because then we're going to make sure that we have the same focus point for every single shot that we take. And that is gonna make things much easier whenever we jump into Photoshop, when we're gonna like use the layers and mask things out. So manual focus, it is. What is it that you're using to mask it off? Is like
I'm actually using a black foil. It's called black wrap. It's a black foil which you can use to shape light on soft boxes and stuff like that when you're using flashes and continuous light. So I'm just holding this to mask off the background.
All right.
You can also use a black cardboard.
So first shot coming in hot. 3, 2, 1.
So I'm gonna light it from top like this, so that we also get some light on the cap of the bottle. And then we'll light the contents of the bottle, and we'll do that by choosing the color temperature on this light. I think we'll go to 2700 Kelvin, and we'll try with that.
We're looking down. A little bit more. There we go.
Should we choose another color for the background?
Yes, teal and orange, you know it.
Yeah, okay, so we have the color of the content of the bottle is orange, and if we light the background with teal, you have two complementary colors, and that will create a better color contrast in the image. Like this.
Ooh! Go. I think we got it.
Do you think we should try to...
Jump into Photoshop!
Cool,
Ooh.
We'll do that.
Alright, so we encountered an issue with this camera. Since Sony sent over a pre-production model, I wasn't actually able to like bring out the raw files from the camera, but it doesn't really matter because you can do this without shooting in RAW, but if you can shoot in RAW, it's gonna be the best for you. But yeah, let's jump into Photoshop now. So to load all the images into Photoshop, we are going to make sure that we mark all the images at once by holding Shift and then clicking so that we have everyone marked. We are going to choose Edit In and then Open as Layers in Photoshop. Okay, so what you want to make sure is that your background layer is going to be the only one visible to begin with, because we're going to work our way up with like trying to illuminate the different parts using the layer masks. And if we turn the back illuminated layer back on, you can see that we only have like the illumination in the middle of the bottle, but nothing else. But we are going to mark the layer and then go down to add layer mask. There you go. And then we're going to hit Command I to invert that. And then we're going to go to brush and we're going to reduce the size of the brush to somewhere around 200 pixels for this. Totally depends on the size of your image. And then we're going to make sure that our color on the brush is white. And then we're going to start painting in the middle. All right, starting to look better. And then we're going to turn on the left rim light, right? And we're going to add a layer to this one as well. Layer mask. And I'm going to choose Command I. And same thing, we're going to start painting here. Look at that. This looks good. And then we're going to go up and we're going to change the layer mode to lighten. And then you can see that it like lets the underlying layer through. And we're going to go to the right one and do the same thing. Add a layer mask, choose Command I, and then start painting. And we're going to change the layer mode of this as well to lighten. Go to the last one, which is going to be the label. And then we're going to do the same thing here. This is actually really good.
Yeah, it looks nice actually.
And then we're going to jump back and we're going to adjust a little bit of like rim light that you can see right here. Still using the white brush.
What if we try to increase the brightness of the label a bit?
Yeah, so to increase the brightness of the label, we are going to add a curves layers. And then I'm going to drag this part up and then we're gonna adjust this part a little bit down and then keep adding the brightness. And once again, we're going to choose Command I and then paint with the white brush on the label so that we try to increase it. And we're also going to clip the curves layer to the label layer so that it's only going to be adjusting the labels layer. And to do that, you're going to hit Command Alt G. And now we can increase the brightness even further, somewhere around there.
Yeah, that looks nice.
And I actually think we can add an exposure layer as well to increase it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like give it a little bit more pop. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to clip it to the layer below. Command Alt G. And what we can do to give it like that final touch is that we can go and add a hue saturation and clip that to the layer below, so it's only going to be affecting the label. And I want to have it a little bit more saturated. And what do you think about the background? Should we make it a little bit brighter?
Should we try to change the hue a bit, just to play with the hue?
Yeah, so to change the color of the background is actually going to be really simple. You're just going to make sure that you have the background layer selected, and then we are going to add a hue saturation layer. And then we're going to clip that, Command Alt G, to the background layer. And when we are changing this, you can see that we're changing the background that we can have. So we can change it to this if we want to have it, or a little bit more teal, like somewhere around there. What do you think about that?
That looks nice.
And now what you want to do is just choose Shift C, and then we're going to choose a crop, which is going to be like a 4x5 to post it onto your social media. And then we're going to crop it, make sure that the bottle is in the center. And this is the final result. Thanks so much for joining in, man. Like this was way better than I expected.
I'm really thankful. Thanks for the coffee. It's been fun to shoot this image. I didn't actually expect this to turn out this good, as you said as well, but I'm really pleased with the result and I think we did great.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to learn more about this kind of product photography and like what Jonas actually does to his images and how he lights them, then once again, go check out his Instagram, because it's really, really good information to anyone who wants to learn those kind of like settings and setups that you do. And if you want to make this even more professional, then you can like add a bunch of lights, and you can make sure that it's spot free. Do you say spot free or spotless?
Yeah, like dust, yeah.
Anyway, thanks so much for watching the video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, it's gonna be I don't know, I think it's, I usually do this with my right arm, but somewhere around here. And yeah, Peter from Sweden together with Jonas is saying goodbye. Do you want to snap? 3, 2, 1.